I can never understand why this light does that. Sometimes I'll push this button right here and it just sits. It won't go. Now it goes now. Isn't that something? So anyway, at least I got that taken care of. There's times that if I do push the button on that on the mirror, it'll just constantly blinks. But last year in 2025, I had a contractor come out from my home warranty, and the technician, he was a electrician technician, so he changed the fuse in my fuse box in my laundry room. And so after he done that, I seen progress. So I don't know, maybe that light inside the mirror, behind the mirror, it might need changing. I'm assuming maybe that's what it is. I'm just assuming. I'm just um, thinking out loud. But anyway, if this is your first time, I want to welcome you, and I hope that you come back to see another day in the life of a single mother with an autistic daughter. So my name is Marcella, and I have a daughter with autism and speech delay, and she's 19. So anyway, the reason I'm coming on here because I have been thinking about um, some things that have been coming to mind, and I wouldn't say it's a good thing. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. I think that's something that everybody in life, or I can't say everybody, I would just say that anyone that living in poverty, I think um, they go through this sometimes. They question about their life. They question about uh, other issues, and sometimes they think to themselves, "What if?" So that's why I'm coming on here. So you can put your comments down in the bottom. Let me know what you think. I appreciate that. But anyway, this morning I decided to do some digging. And what I did was I went on online this morning, and I went on Facebook, and I was looking at some um, some of Nicole's dad's family members, and then I did some background check on their parents, and I found out that that Nicole's dad mother, she was a deacon of a church. And this was her obituary I was reading, because she died in 2013. That's what the obituary said. She died in 2013. And she was a deacon of a church in Hammond, Indiana, which I didn't know for a long time that she was a deacon of a church. But I did know she went to church in Hammond, Indiana, but I didn't know she was a deacon of a church. Then also she joined a sorority while she was in college. And so it talked about other things in her life, how she was well loved. And I met her years ago when I first started dating Nicole's dad back in 91. And so me and him, we had an off and on relationship. So during the time that I was pregnant with Nicole, I wasn't in a relationship with him. So it was just something that just happened. And not only it was just something that just happened, it was something that I came to terms with myself. I decided that if I don't settle down and get married to someone, if I don't find someone I wanted to marry, I was going to go ahead and do what I had to do. So I decided to have a child out of wedlock, which I don't regret it. I don't. And I'm happy that I did do it. So, anyway, I could say that God chose him. And I don't feel bad about that because, like I said, this is something that I had wanted for years. And I started trying to get pregnant, I think at the age of 32 or 33. And it was a pretty long time trying to get pregnant. So I went from one doctor to the next, trying to find out why I was not getting pregnant. And till I went to a fertility doctor. And the fertility doctor, he resolved the issue in 2003. So I had to have 3 thyroid removed. So once I had the thyroid removed in 2005, I became pregnant. But I found out in February the 14th I was pregnant. So like I said, I was not in no relationship at those times. I was just trying to have a baby. I was ready, even though I was not married. So I still feel that way now. I've gotten to the point where I don't care about a relationship. I'm happy who I am and what I had accomplished. So that's why I was coming on here, and that's why I wanted to talk to you all about choices that we make and other choices that other people make. And then I also want to talk about finance, because I know there's a lot of people out here that has issues, and sometimes they keep it quiet. And I think when you have someone like us, YouTubers, do contents, and we come out and we make videos, I think that help you to express yourself. So that's why I'm making this video. So what I want to discuss is that after doing my research on Nicole's dad's mother, and seeing that she have gone to 2 colleges, and then I decided to do a research on his sister and her family, and I found out that her husband, he works for Intel. I don't know if you all have heard of the company Intel. So he's he's a marketing director, a director in the marketing. And their daughter, she's into a director or something for a digital company in New York. And so according to Howard, there's his sister's and son, he's in California. He's working for a company where they do like those arcades, but they come up with different ideas for arcades, and he's making $300,000 a year. So I was looking at other researchers of other people have other jobs or incomes, and I see that some police officers make very good money. And then I was thinking about the people that works for the Social Security office, and I see they make very good money. Now, the part that I have a problem with is that, and I don't feel that I'm wrong for feeling this way, and I feel that everybody has the right to feel a certain way that they want, and that's up to you. If you want to comment, you're more than welcome to comment on this subject. So anyway, me and Nicole, we both get Social Security disability. I had a long history of disability ever since I was a kid. When I was in 4th grade, they diagnosed me having a learning disability, and I still have a learning disability. And so there are certain things that I cannot do in a classroom. I can't do math when it comes on paper. So I'm going to be honest, I cannot do math when it comes on paper. I know how to count money, but I don't know how to do math on paper. And so I have a problem of reading certain sentences. I've had that for years. And I remember going to grade school as a little girl many years ago, back in the 70s. And there was a teacher. She would have some of us students to stand in line. If we didn't know what a compound was or whatever word, she would have a ruler and she would hit you on your knuckles. And one time I went home, my mom seen my knuckles real bad, and I told her what happened. And my mom went up there and discussed with her. My mom told me reason that she told her she hit me on my knuckles again. She was gonna hit her on her knuckles. So back then, a lot of teachers was abusing students, and I'm pretty sure there's some teachers now still abusing kids. So at that time, I was in a regular classroom, and I didn't understand a lot of different things in class. So later on, after going to another school years later, back in the late 70s, in Chicago, I was attending fourth grade. So my mom said that when I was in fourth grade, they put me in the special ed because they felt that I needed something that would help me to improve my life skills. So I was in the classroom with other students that was maybe some probably like me, but there were some that everybody in there had different issues. So they don't, it's, now special needs classes are set up different compared to when I was going to school. Now they put them in the location, they put them in the classroom that fit for that situation. If you autistic, you mostly in the classroom with someone with another autistic or similar to your situation. Back then, they just put everybody in the same class. Even when I was in high school, we was all in the same class. And we still, in high school, still had the same division teacher for the 4 years. But when you're a freshman, you have the same freshman teacher all the way to seniors. So in school, I did not receive the same type of resources, or should I say assignments. I did not receive the same assignments that the regular students in the regular class with non-disability had. So when I did go to a junior college in Chicago, and some of you all that I read in my journal when I was going to school. So during the time I was in college, I was not functioning well. And that's because I was not up to the point where I could be to learn different sentences, English, scientists, math. I didn't know any of those things. So one day I was sent to the dean office, and so he expressed to me, and I read that to you all one time in my journal. I had to be let go from the school because my grades was not improving. So like I said, those are the things that was on my mind earlier today. And I started thinking back at a lot of different things. So like I said, I want you to know is I'm not jealous of anyone succeeding in life. I'm not jealous of anyone who has fulfilled their dreams of living a better life for them and their family, making really good money. The problem that I have that really disturbs me is that when you are on Social Security disability, uh, the government only allows you to make so much if you're working. And let's say if you're working part-time, you can't go over, from what I was told from them, they said you can't go over, I think they said you can't go over 1,620 some dollars, something like that, a month. So if you go over that, they look at your Social Security money, and they have to make a choice, decide if to take it all away or to cut it down. So now, since I've been working part time for Nicole as her caregiver, we both had received an award letter. Uh, we actually both received the award letter in December. So Nicole's not able to read, but I read it. And from what I found out, that she's supposed to get two Social Security SSI. And from the letter, they told me that if she gets it on the first, it will be about three something. So if she gets it on the third, like I get mine on the third, it would be about $608. So she did get the $608, but the three something she did not get. They told me in the letter, they said they had to take some money back because they feel I made too much. So each month she'll be getting, on the first of the month, she'll be getting $74. Then on the third, she'll be getting $608. So that really disturbs me because I don't make that very much working part-time. And since the holiday had came, for 3 weeks, I was working for 2 days for 5 hours from 7 a.m. to 12 noon, making $17 an hour. But my check that I had got this past week was after they took out my wedges. After they took out my wedges, I brought home $162. I think it was $162 or $165. But my other check before that, after they took out, was $151. So, if you think about it, that's not really a lot to do for a family of two. And so she doesn't get child support anymore because the child support office sent me a letter about a couple of months ago in 2025 to inform me that since she turns 19, which she is 19, she would not be getting child support anymore because in the state of Indiana, they don't allow them after turning 18 or 19. So she doesn't get that anymore. So to let you know that I still get my full amount. So the reason why they cut her Social Security check, from what they told me in the letter, they said she gets part of my SSDI. And mine is over 1,000, but it does sounds good. But after you finish paying bills, you don't have very much. So Nicole still has most of her money left. I don't have any because after I finish paying my mortgage, pay my light and gas bill, water bill, trash bill, I don't have anything left. Nothing left. So that's one reason why I do Patreon and I do OnlyFans. Now, there's another thing I have to mention about OnlyFans. Some of you don't know. I applied for OnlyFans back in September. And the reason I did, because some of my subscribers asked me, have I thought about getting into it? So I did my research sometime last year, and I decided to get into it. So in September of 2025, I applied. But after I applied, I didn't go back to see if I had been accepted until November. of last year, and I found out I was accepted. So I found out talking to Social Security last month. They said if you get a second job, um, you have to let them know, and they have to start looking at your money. So I came to terms that I'm not going to do very much on OnlyFans, and the reason why, because I had to fill out a W-2, and I talked to OnlyFans in an email. They sent me back the email this weekend, which today is Sunday. And but they sent it, I think, Friday, but I read it for the first time today. And they expressed to me that if you make over 600 during the threshold, they'll send you a W-2. So with that being said, I'm going to have to do less as I possibly can on OnlyFans so I don't go over 600, which means that I'm probably going to have to do once a month. And I also wanted to express that if you want to send me a payment, I would suggest that you send it through Cash App. Otherwise, that if you send it to OnlyFans, I'm gonna if I go over 600, I'm gonna have to file it, and I'm gonna have to let Social Security know, which means that Nicole does get a part of my SSDI. They're gonna cut her money again. So, like I said, that's what really been troubling me for the past couple of days, and I don't like the fact that we have to struggle. And the average person that receives Social Security disability, they're struggling. Especially you're a single parent, you are struggling because it's hard. It's hard trying to live off Social Security. It's hard trying to live off little money because, like I said, that the caregiving job that I have, I start back this week working 3 days a week. So when I get paid next week for that, working this week for 3 days, my check will be about, after they take out, it'll be about two something. So that's what really bothers me, that when it comes to Social Security, they don't want you to make so much. And like I said, I'm not jealous of anyone what they make. The problem that I don't understand is why a person can't make how much they want to make to live a decent life, to not live in poverty. I mean that's the reason why I do Patreon, because I need extra money. Now with Patreon, I don't have to file that because with the state Indiana, you don't have to, but they go by your state. That's what I found out. But for OnlyFans, it's a whole different ball game. So I'm going to have to only do that once a month. So it doesn't interfere with Nicole's Social Security. It doesn't interfere with my Social Security. And not only doesn't it interfere, it interferes with our bills. It interferes with us trying to do outings. Because when money is taken away from your home, you always, every week, I don't know about y'all, but me, I'm basically talking about me, I have to make sacrifices. I have to decide what bill I'm going to pay, what bill I'm not going to pay. Like today, I paid one of my credit card bill, and I think another bill is due on the 6th. I'm not going to be able to pay that right now. So I'm going to have to call them to see if I can pay little by little. And my water bill is due, and it's been due since the 30th of December. And I owe them $169. So I got to call the water company, American Water, and I'm going to have to let them know that my check more likely is going to be about $100 some, but I only can pay $69 right now, and then I'll pay a little bit more on it as time goes. Because I called them before and I explained to them that I work a part-time job because I get Social Security, and by me getting Social Security, it mostly goes all to my bills, and then I don't have very much left for myself. I'm talking about my money. So that's why, like I said, that's why I do those things. And when you are in those type of situation, like I said, you have to try to figure out a way how to stretch your money for the next following week, how to figure out what bills going to be paid and what bills not going to be paid, because somebody's not going to get paid. And then like I said, I was thinking about how people has really good jobs that been to college, and they don't really have that type of worry like we do. They don't have, people have really financially jobs. They don't have the type of problems we have trying to sit down and figure out what bills that not going to get paid, what bills is going to get paid. And to be honest with you, that's a fucking headache. I know some of y'all don't probably like me talking like this, but hey, I'm just telling you how I feel. That's a headache. That's a really big headache, trying to figure out what bill you gonna pay and what bill you can't pay, because your paycheck can't stretch enough to pay your bills. And the only reason why our days has been cut is because of Medicaid. What President Trump is doing, he's trying to take the Medicare money and all kind of other money that everybody received, given to the billionaires. I don't think billionaires needs extra money. They have money. We're poor people. We don't have a lot. And that's why that it's very important to fight and voice your opinion of how you feel, because it's just not fair. And I think about that all the time. It's not fair that we have to live like this, trying to figure out what bill we're going to pay. I even have some of my subscribers from my OnlyFans, from my Patreon, ask me when I'm going to do another picture, or when I'm going to wear something really nice and sexy, because I'm helping them to let them know that they don't have to feel insecure. And what I'm going to have to do is go to a store that has clearance so I can buy something really nice to wear for my sessions. But like I said, I can't do OnlyFans every week, every day. It's going to be once a month. And if nobody likes it, I'm sorry. I have to do what's best for me and Nicole, because like I said, Social Security had cut her check that comes to the month, because she only got $74. Then for the third, because she gets hers with mine on the third, she got 608. She still has that, but for how long that's going to stretch? And like I said, me working part-time is okay, but it doesn't stretch as enough. So that, like I said, that's why I do Patreon and I do OnlyFans, because in need of extra money, because I need stuff for her bedroom. She needs a new dresser, because I think it was Friday, I was trying to go into her dresser and I noticed the dresser drawer from the bottom was stuck. So I need to get her another dresser drawer. I got to try to figure out how I'm going to save up the money for that. It's like I said, when you receiving little money, every day you have to try to figure out how you're going to get to a certain level. We live like this. I know people that's financially stable, they don't live like this. And some of them do not understand why we are like this. And that's because of the system. Social Security do not want you making over a certain amount of money. They want to keep you in poverty. They want to keep you struggling. And I'm going to be honest, I'm tired of struggling. I'm sick of this shit. And I'm pretty sure that some of you all are tired of too. And I want to try to live a better life for me and her as possible. So that's all I just wanted to say. And I wanted to come on here and chit chat with you all to let y'all know how I've been feeling. And I'm pretty sure that some of you all have been feeling like that too. But also, I want to tell y'all something good. And I did mention it on New Year's Eve. I was going to tell you something good when I did the live. I have been receiving money from some of my subscribers, from my Patreon, and I've been receiving from subscribers from my family regular videos I do with me and Nicole. And I've taken that money, put it on one of my credit cards, because I'm going to have to go into my equity of my house to have some work done. That's what I wanted to tell you all. So it was a true blessing for some of my subscribers came to our rescue and hand me the money to do that. So I paid one of my credit cards off with that money, and that was a true blessing. So I can get the ball rolling. And when I get the work, when the people get ready to come out, you'll see the videos of them doing the work, and it's a true blessing. So that's what I wanted to tell you all. Thank God. So anyway, I'm going to shut this down for now, and I hope to see you guys again in the next video. Bye for now.